I mean,
Yeah, cut the grass in the
I
traffic
don't know
circle.
what
That's
kind
it.
of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fancy pants neighborhoods down there, though, man.
Yeah.
Big old multi-million-dollar houses and perfectly manicured lawns and those little stone formations along the street. So they probably do have a lucrative homeowners association pot.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. So I'm telling you, down to my deal, it's like we can't afford to buy a no solicitor sign at the front of the neighborhood. We sure as hell, you're not going to be getting plastic surgery with that.
Could there be a greater juxtaposition, by the way, between what I'm doing right now and what I'm going to be doing in 1 hour?
Reading hillbilly headlines and then going over and with a tailored suit and a necktie, interviewing the greatest golfers in the world? No.
I mean,
but that's why we're
going
great.
From Florida man threw hot grease at girlfriend, allegedly, stole her car after argument over a phone charger, and then in an hour I'll be pontificating about Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, and Patrick Reed trying to run down Rory McIlroy. All right. A Florida man apparently dressed for the occasion when he was arrested for trespassing while wearing a stolen jail outfit.
Okay.
Authorities said.
Stolen jail
Brevard
outfit.
County Sheriff's Office officials said deputies had been called to a hotel on Friday for a guest who was staying past his reservation time and refused to leave. Deputies found the man, Farron Fullerton, wearing a full jail outfit and told him he had to leave, but he refused, officials said. When deputies tried to arrest him, he resisted being put in handcuffs, but was eventually taken into custody, officials said.
He had...
Dressed to impress, McGee.
He had a stolen jail outfit? What the hell even is that? Like, and why?
What it says, let me repeat. A Florida man apparently dressed for the occasion when he was arrested for trespassing while wearing a stolen jail outfit.
I don't. Well, if you don't want to be arrested, I mean, I don't know. If you don't want to get arrested, don't wear. Yeah, dress for the job you want.
Don't dress. Don't dress for what you are. Dress for what you want to be.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. That's what you're doing right now. You're dressed for what you want to. What you want to be, Marty, is you want to be the reporter at the Masters, and that's what you are because you dress for the. I
want to be teleported. That's what I really want. I want to be teleported to the first fairway at Augusta National Golf Course.
Now, my dad says all the time. He goes, "You love science fiction. We need that Star Trek beaming thing. Can we just beam places instead of having to travel over there?" Hey, have a good time, son. We'll all
love
be
you,
watching.
America.
The horse will be watching
Thank
from
you,
afar.
Chase Elliott. Thank you, Gino. Thank you, Maria. Woo pig. Go.
Coming up on the Monday edition of Unsportsmanlike with Chris Canty, Michelle Smallman, and me, Evan Cohen. We'll react to the Masters as well as get you ready for this week's NBA play-in tournament. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
price crash alert. Furniture prices are dropping fast during a spring price crash alert at High Point Furniture. Sofas, reclining sectionals, bedroom suites, dining sets, mattresses, and more. Everything is marked down and ready to go. If you've been waiting for the right time to buy furniture, this is it. Hurry to High Point Furniture, 1916 West Evans Street in Florence, or 873 Broad Street in Sumter. But don't wait. When it's gone, it's gone. High Point Furniture, where the savings are huge and the deals move fast.
Genesis Healthcare is hiring now. Explore open employment opportunities and make a real impact in your community. Apply today at genesisfqhc.org and check out all of their available positions online. Genesis Healthcare, where care and purpose come together. Running for public office isn't just about politics. It's about people. It's about standing up for your community and what you believe is right. To make a difference, people need to hear your story. At Community Broadcasters, we help you connect with the voters who matter most. Real voices, real conversations. Let the professionals handle your advertising so you can focus on serving. Call Community Broadcasters at 843-678-9393 today. Your voice deserves to be heard.
To our brave men and women deployed in the Middle East, we see your sacrifice. To the families waiting at home, we see your strength. The Floor Store at 2080 Elijah Ludd Road is proud of you, and we're keeping you in our thoughts and prayers every single day until you return home.
Has your child swallowed your medicine, your laundry detergent, your nail polish remover? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you inhaled paint thinner, glue, pesticides? Call the Poison Helpline. Have a question about a dose, a fume, something your kid just drank? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Broadcasting from the Florence Toyota Studios, 96.3 ESPN Radio is WOLH Florence, a community broadcaster station. Welcome to South Carolina's premier tailgate show, Game Day in the Carolinas, broadcasting from the spacious tailgate of the Community Broadcasters Complex on the PD's 96.3 FM, Sumter's WDXY 105.9 FM, and on Facebook Live. Join Matt and Woody on the tailgate by calling 843-407-5812. And now, your party hosts, Woody Fagan and Matt Jordan.
It's another beautiful Saturday morning in eastern South Carolina. It is Game Day in the Carolinas. We are live on ESPN Radio 96.3 FM in Florence, WDXY 105.9 in Sumter, on Facebook, YouTube, and Substack. I am Matt, and to my right is Mr. Woody. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And the phone number, 843-407-5812, 843-407-5812. And we've made it now to the next couple of months are going to be weird. It's going to be a little bit harder for us because all we got left is college baseball after this weekend. Because Gamecock Fan Fest is today, right?
Right.
Okay, so we got Gamecock Fan Fest, we got the Masters, and college baseball. All we got for the next 2 months is college baseball.
I disagree. I think Georgia's football team will provide us some entertainment.
You know,
they'll hold true.
As Steve Spurrier always said, well, back to play Georgia about week 1, week 2. Half team suspended.
They've been kind of quiet. And, of course, some of the coaches are out there. I've got a good one from Muschamp to talk about. But they always give you some good quotes, from sorry people. People that have no business pointing fingers, for sure.
Yes. What is it? You point 1, 3 come right back at you?
At least.
So we got that. Gamecocks and Tigers both. Gamecocks win their series. I mean, hey, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. And this is the point of the turn. We can say on this date is when the program turned around. The ship was righted. I don't think so. You still lost to College of Charleston during the week.
So the ringing endorsement by Chad Holbrook.
I mean, after he beats you, yeah. He should be the coach. I can beat him. He should be the head coach.
He should be the head coach.
I didn't think about it that way.
Jim Toman coaching somewhere? Maybe they could go play them and lose to whoever Jim Toman's coaching, and then Toman could give the ringing endorsement to Monty.
Yeah. Already getting the comments in. Stevie Ray Cusack, my good friend over there, UP at the Postal Service, is telling me that if you're really jonesing for football, the UFL still has games. And he's right. I've watched a couple of them. We talked about some rule changes last week. So
that's right.
Kind of fun.
We've got the UFL, and then I think the Canadian Football League starts up soon, too. So.
Should be. I think that's right.
So you have football.
Yeah, but imagine that. The coach just beats you and then gives you a ringing endorsement. Yeah, you should have the job.
I mean,
I didn't think about that.
Oh.
He's patting him on the back, putting the kick me sign on him, telling him what a great job he's doing.
And at some point, I was waiting for Chad to go, can I have my job back?
Yeah. Y'all miss me yet?
I would, you know what? I think if I was there on, was it Wednesday night or Tuesday night? I think it was Tuesday night. I would have actually had a big cardboard cutout of Chad Holbrook going, miss me yet?
Yeah, that would have been funny. And it'd been classic, too. But,
Yeah. Or one of Mark Kingston.
Do not miss that character.
No.
And I miss Maneri even less. So, I mean,
Maneri was a mess. We're learning more and more about how much of a flippin' mess Paul Maneri was. It ended awfully for Paul, and it should have ended awfully for Paul.
Listen, I feel sorry for Paul Maneri, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Paul Maneri left LSU with a really good record. Now, granted, he might have been kind of run out of LSU. Now, he had some health reasons, I think, that got him out of there. But as an AD, as anybody who's a hiring manager for a role, whether it's just a basic person sweeping your floor to the CEO, you've got to know that person's a good fit for what you're doing. Ray Tanner was lazy in that hire. He just saw a bunch of titles after a man's name and said, yeah, he checks all the boxes. He'll work. He didn't think for 2 minutes, has the game passed him by? Is he really ready for this? What was the state of LSU when he left LSU 2 or 3 years ago?
And caller, we'll get to you in just a second, but I want to point that out real quick.
That's on Ray Tanner.
Because Ray was there when Maneri was hired. It wasn't that long after we had our media luncheon or whatever that thing is, the affiliates meeting. And Ray was there.
Yeah.
And he talked through the hire of Maneri. And, it really didn't even start out. I mean, it legitimately did not even start out as Ray asking Paul Maneri to come back. He initially said, hey, who do you have in mind? Like, if I was to ask you who I need to talk to, who do I need to talk to? And then they got to talking, and Paul assured me that his back was fine, and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, okay, but if you're having to get those assurances.
Yeah, and it's not like you're asking the guy to go hit, throw batting practice.
Right.
Because, his physical involvement's very limited. I don't recall even seeing Ray hit a lot of infield.
No.
So
usually that's what Monty and
what
Tolman
you have your assistants for. Yeah.
So that's what they were all for back in the day.
I still put that on him. You've got to vet that hire, but it was a lazy hire.
It was a lazy hire.
It's like, well, yeah, he's got all the things after his name. Won this, won that. Look at that overall record. Active, coming back would be the active winningest coach. He fits all the bill, but can he do the job?
He's a Porsche. I mean, you think about it, he's a classic Porsche. Looks great on the showroom floor, but does it run?
Well, yeah, but would it work on a NASCAR track? With a bunch of stock cars? No.
Exactly.
It's going to be sticking out like a sore thumb, and I thought Maneri was a sore thumb.
I would have to agree with you on that. All right, let's take a phone call real quick. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you
Hey, Ronald.
Hey, Ronald.
All right. Hopefully everything's going well for everybody out there listening as well. But you guys were talking about Ray Tanner, and all I know is not all coaches can transition into being a good ADs. Now you mentioned about him the lazy hire with Paul Maneri. If by by it being a lazy hire, that tells me that Ray Tanner didn't qualify as an AD. He just didn't. He was a wonderful coach even before he came to South Carolina, but not a good AD. Simple as that.
Well, I mean,
and he can't hang his hat on Dawn Staley because that was Eric Hyman.
Yeah, I think that was a lazy hire too, to some degree.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, because what do you work in sales? You know this for a fact, and me being in radio forever, I've known this too, being around too many radio people. Your best salesman is rarely your best sales manager.
Agreed.
Because you're in sales.
Yeah, there's certain things that you translate into. That doesn't always hold the case, but more often than not, your top salespeople don't always make the best managers.
Well, and
because there's a secret sauce that goes into some of it, and some people can tell you how they did it, others cannot.
And even to further that point, put it back into sports. How many times have we seen legends? Like Michael Jordan was the GM of the Washington Wizards. Wayne Gretzky was a head coach for the Phoenix Coyotes. Larry Bird at Indiana. And I mean, that was a mixed bag of results. That probably was the most successful legend being a head coach. Magic Johnson with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I hate to say it about Larry Bird with Indiana. He did a good job there, but you have to also remember when he took over the Indiana job, the cupboard wasn't bare. That was who was the previous coach? Was that Larry Brown?
I think it was Larry. Yeah, I think he did take over for Larry Brown.
Yeah, I think Larry Brown left Indiana and went and took the job with the Detroit Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was but I'm not saying that against Larry Bird. I mean, it takes a lot to work with these personalities such as your Reggie Millers and other players on that Indiana team. So he got executive of the year, and good for him. I mean, he didn't have to take over a bare cupboard. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problem with that. But you mentioned names that failed miserably.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the point couldn't have been made any better.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
and also not all good head coaches make not all good coordinators and other assistant coaches make good head coaches.
Amen to that.
Yeah, some guys were born to be head coaches, and other guys were just born to be coordinators. And there's nothing wrong with that, Will Muschamp.
Not at all.
But
I mean, Dick LeBeau and Bud Carson were outstanding assistant coaches.
Yeah. It's just something about that move up, the one door down in the office. Because that one door, you have so much more responsibility. I think a lot of people forget that. And getting back to the point of coaches to ADs, I'm kind of glad that the era of the old coach that wins the national championship and wants to not coach anymore moves to the AD spot, because there's so much you have to do in the AD spot.
You can't. That to me is not going to happen again.
No.
You've got to have that almost professional guy who's like managed at a pro level, some sort of organization. You ran player personnel, you ran whatever. You're going to have those guys that are looking for those type of roles because the game has evolved that much.
Well, you're going to have accountants and professional fundraisers.
Especially in the modern day of college sports as it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole lot different being an AD in that role and being a head coach in that role as opposed to, let's say, 10 years ago.
Right. I mean, the game is vastly different. And I think, we've talked about this ad nauseum when it comes to Maneri, that when he left the game and when he came back, granted it was 3 years, it was more like a decade.
Yeah.
What year was it when he won the national title with LSU?
Oh, gosh. You got it, Matt?
I'll have it in a second.
Man. I'm thinking quite a bit of time passed.
Yeah.
When he won that title.
Let's see.
Because it would have been after South Carolina won their titles.
2009.
10 and 11.
So
What year?
It was the year.
09.
Yeah, so it was the year before South Carolina won their title.
And they beat Texas that
year
year.
before South Carolina won their title. There you go. My goodness.
And now they went back in 17, and they finished runner-up to Florida in 2017. So 8 years after that, he was back, but they lost to Florida.
Right, and I mean, and don't get me wrong, winning in Omaha or getting to Omaha is
difficult,
extremely difficult. But
sure it is.
At the same time,
That's why you have to think. That's why you have to applaud what's the coach that was at Coastal Carolina when they won their title?
Gary Gilmore. Yeah.
Gilmore, yeah.
Yeah, my goodness, come on. It's difficult it is to get to Omaha. He did it with Coastal Carolina.
If you could get a team to Omaha every 1 out of 3 years and you rotated that, you would be considered one of the best coaches in the country as far as college baseball is concerned.
You'd be up there with, I was going to say, you'd be there with Augie Garrido.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be a legend just coming 1 out of every 3 years, and winning every third one or something,
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
And the guys at Coastal Carolina now had him in the World Series last year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played for the national championship
I
last
think
year.
super regional appearances, South Carolina fans would be tickled to have a team at least getting to super regionals every year. Maybe
right.
1 out of 5 years you get to the big game in Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha. I know Omaha's the goal.
Yeah.
But I think you're right, Woody. The realistic expectation is be in the super regional.
You got to be in the mix.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're nowhere close.
And when is the last time South Carolina been in a regional?
Kingston, they were a super regional his first year. Let me see. I can tell you.
Well, didn't they make a super regionals last year? No.
They were terrible last year.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, maybe it was the year before they fired him. I know they made a regional that year. But
they made it to a regional and lost. They failed to get to a super regional.
No, I think if you're hosting a regional and you lose, that's when we got to sit down and we got to have a chat.
Yeah.
All right, South Carolina with the Gamecocks. His last season, he made the Raleigh regional.
Yep, that's what I thought.
They were on the road. Yeah.
His best one though was a super regional in 2023 in Gainesville. And then he had a super regional his first season in 2018.
And that was in Columbia?
That one was, because I think I remember going there. They played Oklahoma State, if I'm not mistaken, and got knocked out quickly.
That's the last time they made that last time they hosted a super regional.
Yes, sir. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Well, no. I take that back. They didn't. They had a regional round in Columbia in 2021. Yes. Now they went to Fayetteville for the super regional in 18 and Gainesville for the super regional in 23. They only hosted one out of all those years there.
I see. And Gamecock fans are, that's not what they expect when you've been in. I know it's been some time ago, but when they've played in 3 consecutive championships in Omaha, winning 2 of them and losing the third one to Arizona.
Yeah.
Once that bar was raised there, I mean, you anything short of a super regional is a failure.
I'm going to put it this way. Do y'all know the last time South Carolina had a head coach, that did not at least get them into a regional?
That did not get them to a regional. Wow.
Yeah.
His entire tenure there?
His entire tenure.
I don't know.
Because Paul Maneri's going to go down as that.
He's that guy.
Jack Powers.
Huh.
You probably don't know that name because the Gamecocks were in the ACC at the time.
Jeez.
Oh, boy. Back in the 70s.
1967, 68, and 69, Powers missed the regionals every year. That was the last Gamecock head coach to not take the South Carolina Gamecocks to a regional
his entire
tenure.
Wow.
I mean, he had 3 seasons. Kingston did at South Florida. I know we're beating a dead vacant horse. He's been gone. He's at Creighton now. He only made 2 regionals out of 3 years. That's not bad, but you made regionals in Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't advance any further than that, but I guess he was considered the hot hand at the time, and that was the lazy hire. His record overall was not even as stellar, anywhere close to what Ray Tanner's was coming from NC State.
Well, I mean, I remember we were even questioning if that was Ray Tanner's decision to even hire him.
Well, I kind of wonder. I mean, as a head coach, why would you hire a guy who didn't even have the record you had when you had to fight for the job?
Right.
So, but here's the other thing, Ronald, that's ironic in all this.
Sure.
2 years have passed. I don't have any notes on him, at least in Wikipedia, on his record at Creighton. I'm sure I could find it.
Okay.
But if you do a search right now for top coaching prospects, in college baseball right now, he's listed as one of them. Mark Kingston.
Yeah, I don't have a record.
Mark Kingston is?
Yes, sir. I read an article just last week saying, listed off like 5 or 6 different coaches who would be good head coaches at the next level for people like in the, ACC, SEC, your bigger programs that would be looking to replace. He was one of those top prospects.
By the way, this is Mark Kingston's first season as the head coach.
So he had a year off.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he didn't have a year off. He got the job at Creighton as the coach in waiting. They had already put it in his contract that he was, because the former coach was going to retire, and that Mark Kingston was going to be his replacement. Well, this year Creighton is 2-2 in the conference, 16-15 overall.
Oh goodness!
So I mean, he's not great, but
well, give him another year. But his name's still listed. It was in that article 2 weeks ago. I'm telling you.
Why would he be looked at as one that power conferences, schools and power conferences would look at as that next hire?
That's a great question.
Because his record overall at South Carolina, from an overall standpoint, was still over 500. He's almost 600 winning percentage.
I mean,
which is hard to believe.
He has almost 500 wins.
That could be misleading to some degree. Especially when a number of your wins, and I say for other coaches that are far more successful than Kingston, not just him, but many times you have to look at it where many of those wins, some of these coaches have come against some teams that are not looked at as real good mid-majors.
Yeah. Well, you stay around the game long enough, and you keep at least a over 500 winning percentage like he's posted at 2 different schools, and you've got regional experience and super regional experience. People, there's a familiarity with it. There's a comfort with it. People will look to guys like this and say, hey, he just didn't, that seed didn't fall in the right soil. He needs to be over here. And if he comes over here, what could he do? I mean, you just don't know.
Here's another question for you guys. Who was it that hired Chad Holbrook at South Carolina?
That was Ray. I mean,
Ray Tanner.
Ray said
was that a lazy hire too?
Well, you kind of figured that was coming. I mean, honestly, when Ray said he was stepping down, I immediately knew one of the 2 guys over there, somebody in that staff was going to get the job.
And Monty had already taken the job at Charleston.
Yeah, Monty had been there a season already.
Toman had left.
Yep.
Right.
And that really only left Chad. And you're right. I think we look at that hire as they were expecting continuity.
Yeah.
And
they didn't get it. But
when you transition from Chad Holbrook to Kingston, you're looking at it in hindsight. And I'm not saying he still should have been there now, but you probably should have let Chad Brooks stay there throughout the time that time that he had Kingston there.
That's my argument.
What happened with that, in honesty, I think, Ronald, is you got to look also at coaching philosophies and strategy. I mean, Chad was very much out the same limb, fell out the same tree that the prior head coach Ray had, because they played a lot of small ball, and you had a couple guys get hit power, but they played a small ball type strategy. Whereas Kingston was concerned with exit velocity, angle. He wanted power this, power that. That's all he wanted to do. You're going to hit home runs all day long.
He was the Earl Weaver.
That's what he wanted. And it was a complete change in philosophy. So to see him try to play a little small ball there along and along, he actually showed some success, but he looked really uneasy with it because it's not his game. The team did not look sure of themselves when they tried to play small ball on the Kingston.
You know what? I'll agree with you because you're right. That was a radical change from what South Carolina, even going back to Bobby Richardson.
Yeah, they always play small ball.
Small ball school. And that's how you win 2 national championships, for crying out loud. I think with Chad, I'll say this with Chad. I think what happened was when he moved that one door down, a lot of things started falling through the cracks because, I mean,
It wasn't him running it anymore.
Exactly.
Your day-to-day coaching. I mean, that's
Right.
what all of them will say whenever they step out of those roles. I mean, that quote was from Monty Lee the other week, that one of the things he hated about moving into that role as head coach is the fact you get to coach less.
Yeah.
Isn't he coaching at College of Charleston now on Chad Holbrook?
Chad's at
College of Charleston, but Monty Lee was saying, though, he didn't get to coach really anymore because now he's a head coach.
Right, but because
his influence on the players is different.
Because when you're a head coach, you now have to worry about the frosting on the cupcakes,
scheduling, uniforms they're wearing,
the
all the different dynamics.
Is the guy dragging the field right?
Yep.
It's just so much, and I get, and believe me, the whole general manager thing, I totally get.
Yep.
But you're, and I guess my point with Chad is you're only as good as the people who you delegate the power to.
That's true. You got to hire a good staff. And I just don't think the people that were below them when they made that shift were ready.
No. I mean, obviously you're not going to find somebody who recruits as good as Monty. You're not going to find somebody who recruits as good as Toman. I got that, but it shouldn't have been that much of a drop under Chad.
No, but if he had been ready at that time, because I think he was still playing, the coach over at North Greenville we've been talking about so much. Landon Powell. Landon was still actively playing in the MLB at that time.
Yes.
That would have been the perfect time to have had that young man inserted into the coaching rank.
Yes.
I mean, if they'd had him in there then, it'd be a no-brainer.
That's why I don't think he'll ever be the head coach at South Carolina.
I don't think they'll give him a shot.
I don't think they
would
will
you?
either.
I want to. At this point, I'm like, yeah, just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's start from scratch. Let's go. I mean, you can't go any further away than you've already gone. You brought a guy in like Kingston who really has nothing to do, no knowledge of the program, the history, the anything, and his philosophy's completely different, and the wheels fall off.
I get where you're coming from, but I guess what I'm saying with Powell is a gigantic red flag for me is that he hasn't moved up. He's been dominant at North Greenville for what now? Almost a decade?
Yeah.
Why aren't you moving up?
And I think some of it has been he's not taken roles he's been offered. I know he's been offered other jobs. I know he has. Yeah. There's no way you can do the kind of things and him not be approached by somebody.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm sure he has, but why aren't you? If you are sitting at North Greenville waiting for the South Carolina job to come fall into your lap, I hate to break the news to you, kid.
He's been there for 11 seasons now. That's hard to believe.
It's very hard to believe.
His record overall is 436 and 145 in 11 seasons.
I mean, if I'm a Winthrop, if I'm a Charleston Southern, if I'm a Middle Tennessee State, I am begging, literally on my knees, begging this guy to come coach.
He took over a team that went 8-35 in the prior season.
Yeah, and he has.
If I'm Landon Powell, I'm not waiting on that South Carolina job. Because do like B.J. Mackey did. He's not waiting on that South Carolina basketball job. They thought he would get it, but I think if he does get a coach to be a chance to be a head coach anywhere else, he's not looking back at South Carolina now.
I tell you, the more I think about it, the more I think it almost makes sense, because what does the program really need? It really needs to be stripped down to its foundation and rebuilt. And this would be the guy, I think Pat Powell would do it, because he knows the program, he knows the history, he knows the tradition. At the end of the day, you got the only thing different in what he's doing is the types of players he's having to play with, because he doesn't have that level of talent. Right. The game's still the same. Baseball's baseball.
It is.
I think it would be a no-brainer to give that young man a shot.
Well, see, I guess what I'm arguing is with Powell, and this is why it's a red flag for me, is if I was serious about wanting that South Carolina job, I would go take a low, mid-major Division I school so I can get into the belly of recruiting in Division I, because I still think there's a difference between recruiting Division I and Division II players.
Right.
I still think there's a big difference. And going from the Big South to the SEC is a smaller jump than going from what are they in the SAC?
Yeah, I think that's
the
what
SAC
it is.
or the Peach Belt to the SEC. Because, I mean, those are two totally different. You see what I'm saying, though, Woody?
Yeah, but
Sure.
where did Vanderbilt's head coach come from?
When he was a Clemson assistant, wasn't he?
Yeah, but where did he coach before that or during that same time?
Where?
He was Blue Hose, man.
That's right. Well, he wasn't. But PC's a Division I school.
Okay. But you can't compare the two, though.
No.
He's not much bigger than North Greenville, in my opinion.
Yeah, the jump from but Landon, I don't think Landon has any. What I'm saying is, I don't think Landon has any Division I experience, even as an assistant.
No.
And I think that's the big difference between Powell and Corbin. Corbin actually came from a successful program. Oh, go ahead.
You think Jared Donato probably, whoever the next coach is at South Carolina, he'll probably look back at his Texas roots, try to find a coach out there, or what will he do?
I mean, if you really want to put pressure on Donati, I mean, let's also remember this was the guy who hired Jim Schlossnagle at TCU.
Mm-hmm.
So I will sit back and I will save my judgment to see who Donati gets.
Right.
But I'll be honest, if you ask me, do I trust Donati or do I trust Ray Tanner more to get a good baseball coach in Columbia? Again, I'll go, he hired Schlossnagle.
Right.
I mean, that's...
Schlossnagle was at TCU?
Schlossnagle went to TCU, then he went to A&M, and then
he went to Texas.
Famously went to Texas, yeah.
I didn't realize. I knew he'd made the jump twice in Texas. I didn't know 3 times.
Yeah.
Man.
And you look at Ray Tanner overall. All he did in his AD role is fail miserably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they won the Food Bowl or whatever.
Here's another question for you guys before I go: who would be on the hottest seat this coming season between Lamont Paris and Shane Beamer?
Shane Beamer.
Yes.
I mean, Paris, he's not going to get – I don't know. I mean, they admittedly said they didn't spend any money in the men's basketball program. So
Well, okay, but I'm going to say this right now. In this day and age of NIL, I'm going to increase your NIL budget is the new vote of confidence.
Yeah.
So I would say – Lamont is probably more likely to be fired this year or this upcoming season than Beamer is. But both of them have their pants on fire.
Yeah, both of them, if they don't perform, they're gone, either one of them. But I think that the success may be more likely to be Beamer than –
Yes.
If Beamer has 4 or 5 wins this year, he's gone. Am I right about that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, Woody, what would you –
Yes.
You're an AD.
Listen,
what's
he's
the bar?
already said, he put it out there himself that they will be in the playoffs. If they don't make the playoffs, he's gone.
Right.
Okay.
He said that.
Oh, he did?
Yes,
okay.
at the end of last year, he was put out, he was angry, he was in one of his moods, and he may not remember it, but I am 98% positive the man said he guaranteed a playoff appearance this coming season.
He better win 10 ball games then.
You better do something.
South Carolina can. It's just, will they?
I don't know.
Because
coming off last year, I know you got different overall players there now, in addition to the ones that's coming back. But can you go from what were they last year? 4 wins?
Yeah, I think.
I think they won. Yeah, I think they won 4 games last year.
Can you go from 4 wins last year to 10 wins this season?
Look, I'll say this right now.
It's happened, I think. Yeah, you've seen turnarounds like that.
I'll say this right now. If Lenoris, and I know ifs and buts, candy and nuts, I got it. But if Lenoris could have stayed off his behind more than, being on his behind last year,
right?
I think South Carolina could have won 7 or 8 games last year.
Yeah.
Because the Gamecocks are in a lot of games. The problem is the offensive line, let Lenoris get on his butt in some key situations. I mean, there were times where he would turn around and had 2 defenders in his face.
Yeah. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance at all. In fact, that offensive line was far worse than the previous year when they won 9 games the previous year when they lost to Illinois in the bowl game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. Like, you go back, you look at some of that film. I'm not making this up. The Athletic actually put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of films they put out where you see Lenore's take his normal drop, and by the time he had turned around to start looking at the field, there was already in mid-tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, terrible. I mean, and you really don't know how good their receivers are running pass patterns when Lenore Sellers is on the ground more than he should be.
Look, you could have, I'm about to say.
And that forces a young developing quarterback into a lot of bad decision making too.
Well, I was about to say.
You start hearing you're hearing feet in your back of your head.
I'll give you a 2-word answer to what you just said, Woody. David Carr.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, goodness.
I remember the Houston Texans. I remember David Carr coming out of college.
Yep.
Was phenomenal. Like, this was going to be I mean, you don't get drafted number 1 overall by accident.
That's true.
That's right.
And Houston's offensive line was a sieve, and I'm being very generous.
Of course.
They were more like Swiss cheese, if you want my honest opinion. And they let David Carr get hit so many times, the kid lost his confidence.
Lost his confidence. That's it.
Yeah, and I think he had some like a serious concussion or something like that.
Then you get the PTSD and everything that comes with that.
And his
career could have been a better quarterback than his brother.
Yeah, his career never recovered. And I'm worried about that for Lenore's.
Yeah,
I am too. And because if they don't make it the end all be all, having the offensive line with Sellers coming back as opposed to going into the portal, and some of the receivers they're bringing in, that sort of thing. If your line comes out this year being close to being what it was last year, I mean, I don't know what Lenore's confidence would be going into the National Football League.
Yeah.
Back to back with bad offensive lines, that's unacceptable.
And here's the thing: I've heard a lot of scouts say, well, and obviously through reading, but a lot of scouts are saying, if Lenore's could clean it up just a little bit this year, he could be the first quarterback taken.
Sure, he could. I mean, because the talent, the physical talent is there.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely a first-round talent. He's got that.
Oh, he's got all the tools. I mean, Woody, I know we're beating a dead horse on this, and we probably said it ad nauseum for the last 8 years?
Yeah.
But I remember you and I, we were doing, what was it, South Lawrence Darlington? Yeah, South Lawrence Darlington. We watched him in the warm-ups when he was a freshman in high school. And I looked at Woody and I said, if he learns accuracy, he's going to be a Sunday player.
He can get the arm down. He's got everything else, and he's still young.
There's no question about it.
I mean, that's how freaking talented the kid is.
But then in new draft information, I saw an article this morning that said that our guy Diego Pavia is this year's Shedeur Sanders, and I find that laughable. Because
really?
He's nowhere close to the athletic ability, in my opinion, of Shedeur Sanders.
Now you know why Pavia wants unlimited eligibility.
Of course.
And isn't Pavia a real small guy?
Yes.
Small in stature?
He's probably smaller than Doug Flutie.
Is he smaller than Kyler Murray?
I think he's around Kyler Murray's height. And that's the thing. I think Kyler Murray is starting to scare a lot of guys from drafting smallish quarterbacks now.
That's why Minnesota Vikings gave him even though the Arizona Cardinals is paying most of the remainder of his contract, that's why he's only a one year tryout with Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
So
but that's smart. A lot of those guys have picked up some of those older names for just like $1 million a year, and like the Cardinals are paying Kyler, all the money. It's a great investment by Minnesota if it works out.
It is.
Yeah, so $1 million a year or so is all you're paying him.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, then you're not accounting for anything else.
I know the Jets are going that route this year with an older name.
Okay, let's see.
The Jets.
Kyler Murray, 5'10", 207. Doug Flutie, 5'10" and 1/8 inches. No weight given. Diego Pavia, 5'9" and 7/8 inches.
Yeah, you're not going to be. You're not going to be a starting quarterback
shorter
in the National
than both
Football
Flutie
League.
and Murray, and I don't think he's 200 pounds like Murray is.
Oh, he'll be killed.
They're killing, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, seriously, I think if he's not even 200 pounds soaking wet, then he's in trouble.
But you know what drives me nuts about all this is anytime you watch the NFL underwear Olympics and you hear the helmet head there, what's his name with the hair, Mel Kiper, talking about
who the hell is
all their
Mel Kiper?
physical attributes and this, that, and the other. They made a big deal back in the day of Doug Flutie's height that pretty much pushed him to the Canadian Football League initially, or USFL, then Canadian Football, or whatever it was, for him to come back to the NFL eventually and finish his career. They made a big deal about the throwing angle of the arm that Tim Tebow had, how he'd never succeed. I mean, they were completely downing these guys.
They were kind of right about
before
Tim,
they
though.
ever got. No, they weren't completely right about Tebow. It wasn't fair. And that's what I'm saying. But no one said 2 words about Kyler Murray being 5'10". No one said 2 words about Diego Pavia being 5'9".
Because they got wheels.
Right.
You know,
and I'm telling you, the way
it doesn't
the
make
NFL
sense.
is now, the way the NFL is now, with as fast as these defensive lines and linebackers are, I mean, you're not able to get away from that rush, and you're not tall enough to see over the.
Well, that's
tall,
the big
tall
thing.
lineman. I mean, that's a tall task. So I don't know. I know Diego Pavia. I think he has more. He has more bark than bite right now, and he'll find out for sure what the NFL is like once he gets whatever trial he does get.
Well,
because
we're trying to figure out the odds on that, and maybe you can help us, Ronald. What's the odds that he's even drafted?
May not be. He may not be drafted.
I'm with you on that. I think it's more likely he won't be drafted.
He might get an invite to a camp. Might.
Look at Quentin Ewers, bigger guy, drafted in the what was he, a 7th round pick?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. It wouldn't shock me if he's not drafted.
Well,
Really
I mean, even Brady in the 7th round. I mean, you see that infamous. He always loves to post that on draft weekend. It's his infamous draft picture.
Yep.
It took him a little while to fill out in his body too. I mean, he had to have been what, 6'4".
Yeah, he's still a big kid though.
Yeah, I get that. He's 6'4", but he wasn't 215 soaking wet.
Well, in order to block these guys you've been talking about, and with these linebackers and these blitzing guys they hire, I mean, you got to get a lineman that's at least 6'5" and probably 3 bills. And
I would even go as far as saying that the NFL has changed up so much since Brady was drafted.
Yeah, it has. But Pavia can't see over them without a 7 to 10 step drop, and even then it's too late. He don't have that arm.
I'm thinking that Lenoris is going to have to take a 15-step drop to see over his new offensive lineman.
That new one they brought in from Ireland. You better believe it.
Looks like it's 6'7".
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But that guy's nothing but muscle. He's like 260, 270 of nothing but muscle.
I'll tell you what.
I might send him out for passes.
I mean, yeah. No, I would make him an eligible receiver every once in a while.
That kid can leap. You've seen pictures of him jumping. I mean, they're not doctored.
Listen, when you play rugby, you got to have hops.
Yeah, he does.
Especially if you're the one on the throw-in, the end of the line on the throw-in, because you have to jump.
That's my goal line pass play. You send that guy to the corner of the end zone and just let him out-jump his defender.
Yeah.
There's not a defender on the field anywhere as tall as he is.
I would just throw it up as high as I could.
Yeah. High point.
Fellas, hasn't Justin Fields been the epic failure in the NFL?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. The reason why Justin Fields was a top 10 pick in his draft, y'all may think I'm crazy for saying this, but I really believe the only reason why he was a top 10 pick in that draft was because of Clemson, because he had that outstanding playoff game against Clemson. You know, because they took that game personal when Dabo Swinney said we wouldn't make Ohio State on his top 10 list. And they went out there and looked like champions in that ball game against Clemson. And next thing you knew, even though they lost the championship to Alabama, it made Justin Fields a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether that made any sense or not, but
well, everybody's upset this week because everybody's been talking about Mendoza staying home for the draft. I thought it was kind of a cool move myself.
I do too. Yep. I mean, do you really, in this day and age, do you really have to be physically at the draft? You can be with your family and friends or whatever, and via satellite or video or whatever, you can they respond to your draft selection without having been there physically.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to get in that circus these days because, it's like a 3-day concert now.
Let's just be honest, how much interest has been paid and comments been passed on these players coming out there with their moms dressed up like,
right.
riverboat queens.
Before I go, folks, I know y'all got commercials coming up, but speaking of the draft with ESPN, with Mel Kiper and all these others, aren't we about to see some more layoffs coming at ESPN?
Yeah, it's about time.
From what I heard, a lot of them will be coming on the NFL Network side. They're going to get rid of as a lot of people know now, as of April 1st, ESPN officially owns the NFL Network now. So I think you're going to see a lot of their staff become redundant, basically.
I see. Okay. That's about it. But you guys be blessed, and it's always a pleasure calling and talking to you guys, man.
You too.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ronald.
We appreciate
it.
Thank you, sir.
And have a blessed weekend.
You too. 843-407-5812. That's the number to get in. Matt and Woody's got you covered here this weekend. We're going to fire.
Talk about everything.
Yeah, we're on fire already to start this weekend. We'll be back in a minute.
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Azaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
When it comes to commercial real estate in the PD, local experience matters. PLC Commercial is a locally owned firm specializing in brokerage, leasing, property management, and development. They help business owners find the right space and investors make confident decisions. Whether you're expanding, relocating, or investing, trust the team that knows the PD. Visit plccommercial.com or call 843-702-9685. PLC Commercial. This isn't just our market, it's home.
We all count on our smartphones in so many ways these days, from keeping in touch with our friends and family to finding our way around town. With FTC as your wireless provider, you'll enjoy the area's best coverage and fastest data speeds, great plan choices for every budget, and a stellar selection of phones and tablets from Apple, Samsung, and Google. Because at FTC, we get you and your wireless needs. To learn more, visit ftcwireless.com or call 888-218-5050.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That is simple human sense. Call me, Sarah Knight Nally, at CRW Insurance, 803-775-1168 if auto owners make sense for you.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, we drink all we can and sell the rest.
South Carolina listeners from the Midlands and the PD have saved thousands of dollars on products and services provided by local businesses at carolinasaves.com. 100% of every item on carolinasaves.com is at least 50% off. There's restaurants, health and beauty products, entertainment items, and so much more. It's worth it to check out the website and bookmark it on your device because new items are added every week. Every day, listeners save cash at carolinasaves.com. Go there now, carolinasaves.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Matt from Game Day in the Carolinas. Jump on the tailgate with Woody and me every Saturday morning from 10 to noon. Right here on the PD's 96.3 ESPN radio, we will have all your news and notes to get your sports weekend started right.
Brought to you by Tim's Auto Pro, CRW Insurance, Daniel Wealth Management, Mr. Sparky, Piggly Wiggly, FTC, Jones Chevrolet, Mickey Fins, and Florence Toyota.
Hey, this is Mary Gail Zach with Mr. Sparky. When you call an electrician, you're trusting someone in your home. That's why our electricians are background checked, drug tested, licensed, and insured. Our techs wear shoe covers, respect your space, and make sure everything's done safely. If you're looking for an electrician you can trust, we're here. Call us, Mr. Sparky, or book online. We'll be right over.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Attention Braves country, get ready for Braves Country Fest, starring Cody Johnson. Take it while you got a chance. Live. Life is worth the ride. The ride is worth. With special guests Ella Langley. Come on, baby. It's choosing Texas. Plus Ernest and Mackenzie Carpenter. Saturday, June 13th, Truist Park. Get tickets now at livenation.com and braves.com. Presented by Truist.
Community Broadcasters is proud to be your local radio source. However, we're more than just a voice of the airwaves. We're a one-stop shop for total advertising solutions.
Yes, we broadcast your message to loyal listeners, but we also take your brand beyond the dial. Want to reach people where they scroll, stream, and surf? We've got you covered.
Digital ads? Absolutely. Social marketing? You bet. Streaming platforms, targeted campaigns, real-time metrics. That too. Whether you're reaching across town or across the world, we can help place your message directly in front of your ideal audience.
With passion, impact, and results. So why settle for less when you can amplify your message everywhere? Let Community Broadcasters help you broadcast bigger and advertise smarter.
It's your voice, your reach, one platform with endless possibilities. Email us at communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. That's communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. Or call us at 843-678-9393. We're Community Broadcasters. It's more than just a catchy name. Pepsi-Cola of Florence honors the brave men and women serving our country wherever duty calls. As you go about your week, take a moment to remember those who risk everything for our freedom. From everyone at Pepsi of Florence, a heartfelt salute to our heroes.
They're back. Equipment Rental Service has a fantastic deal on CarolinaSaves.com. Pick up a 2-pack of 20-pound propane refills. A $34 value now for half price. Go to CarolinaSaves.com and click on the Florence tab.
One of them is banned from every message board in the world. The other is Woody. It's Game Day in the Carolinas.
I love it. Get down. All right. It's Game Day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. And yeah, we've been all over the board this morning.
So what's the bigger over-under? I'll throw this one at you and let the listeners think about it too. Me get a comment or two out of it. Comment on Facebook, send us a text or message, whatever. But what's the bigger odds? Diego Pavia being drafted, period, in the NFL draft, or Bill Belichick making it through the entire season as UNC's head football coach? What's more likely?
I would still lean to Pavia getting drafted.
I think so. I don't think Belichick's going to make it through a season.
But that's like asking me what's more likely, your ice cream melting in the middle of summer or
Well, yeah, and you bring up ice cream. Here was another little nugget I saw. One of the assistant coaches there, he's Hawaiian, got the Hawaiian last name, but he's an assistant with Oregon. And when he's dealing with recruits and stuff, he'll ask them up front, what's your favorite, ice cream, chocolate or vanilla, or your favorite flavor? And if they don't have an answer right off, he's like, that's a bad sign, because what's this kid going to do in front of 110,000 people?
Right.
In a pressure situation if he can't give you a basic answer about ice cream. Who'd have thought that'd have been a test?
Yes. But but that's actually really smart, because it's something everybody has an opinion on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can definitely see that. By the way, Masters update real quick. None of the leaders are on the course yet. How about Rory getting red hot yesterday?
2 birdies to end the round, back to back.
Rory McIlroy right now has doubled second place.
Yeah.
You got Burns and Reed, both are at 6 under. Justin Rose, Lowry, Fleetwood all at 5. Clark, Hatton, Lee, Rattan are all at 4 under par. Oh, Day and Young as well are at 4 under par. I love the way that when you go to masters.com, they have their leaderboard because it looks like the leaderboard at the Masters.
It's the coolest thing.
It is. There are players on the course, and Kyle Schwartzel right now is +2 for the day. He's already at 6 over par.
Wow.
He's now in DFL as far as everybody who made the cut. Katayama is also 2 over. Bradley's 1 over. I'm trying to see. Siwoo Kim is 1 under for the day. He's now at 3 over. Not a lot of people. There's not a lot of people on the course because now that we've gotten to the cut.
I think at this point, I'm happy for Rory. It's nice to see he's already got the title under his belt now. That monkey's off his back. He can finally relax and play some golf.
Well,
and barring some crazy, shutdown like he had a few seasons ago, I expect him to be putting on another green jacket.
You know what? I said that going into this week, that I thought there is no more dangerous player than Rory McIlroy because of what you just said. He got the monkey off his back last year. He can play relaxed.
Yeah.
And when Rory's relaxed, that's very dangerous. And the only reason why I shied away from picking him to win this year was because he was coming in a little dinged up. Rory doesn't have a great history of playing while injured.
Yeah.
So I kind of backed away from him. Now, don't get me wrong. You can't win the tournament on Friday. I got it. Like you honestly cannot win the tournament Thursday or Friday. You can lose the tournament Thursday.
Well, today's moving day, so you're going to see a lot of them. You'll see what they're going to do.
Right. I mean, and we've got so much golf left to play.
Oh yeah.
That anything can happen. I mean, Rory could honestly have a melt, and he's done it before. He could have a meltdown and somebody else come in and claim the title.
I was really hoping, and he's still got a shot because he's 5 under, but Fleetwood was one I thought was going to be really good at it. Now, but I'm at a point, though, I'd like anybody to win, I think, except Patrick Reed. I don't know. I don't like Patrick Reed.
Patrick Reed has rubbed you the wrong way.
Well, he's apparently rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. A lot of folks don't like him at all on the tour even. So he's really an arrogant guy.
Yeah. Now, my guy that I've picked to win, Oberg.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some work to do.
Yeah, he does. He had a bad round yesterday.
Yeah, Oberg is at even right now.
Are we done with Dustin Johnson? I mean, not say done with him as a golfer, but do you think he's done? I think physically, he may be done.
It's over. It's over for him. Like I don't want to say as a competitive golfer, it's over, but as
a legitimate threat.
Yes, as an elite, top tier golfer, yeah, he's done.
Yeah,
he should just, concentrate on making the money list, having a nice, life with his wife.
He married well.
And his, and go home and watch his father-in-law on TNT Sports.
Yeah.
That's
a rough life.
Yeah, it's a horrible life. I mean, just a horrible life for him. That he has to go home to Paulina Gretzky and
that's tough.
Yeah. Just so difficult.
Just spend money.
And just spend money.
Yeah. Keep her happy. Which, I mean, she's got her own money. She don't need his.
Yeah.
That's even better. She brought hers to the party.
Definitely brought hers to the party.
When it comes to the Masters, they do that big dinner menu.
Yes.
It's always a big deal every year for the returning champion to pick a dinner.
Yes.
I've got a handful dating back a few years. Would you like to hear, instead of doing the whole menu, would you like to do, say, the main course and try to pick who had the best?
All
and
right.
I can tell you who it was at the end?
You know what we can do?
Okay.
We can do that right after the break.
Let's do that.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do after the break. We're going to talk food.
And the Masters.
It's yes, management. It's relevant to sports. We promise.
This is awesome. You kidding me? It's all about sports, man.
It's always about sports with us. I mean, you got to plan your tailgate menu appropriately, right?
Listen, I wish I could afford half the stuff on this menu.
See, here's the funny thing, right? Did you know, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in this audience that didn't know this, that the person who creates the menu has to pay for it all.
That's right.
Pay the champions menu. I watched the perks of a champion. Champion's locker room is the perk I would love to have the most.
Sure.
Because they had one of the former winners. I think was it Kepka? One of them was like, "Oh yeah, I just share a locker with Gary Player," like it was nothing.
No, just nothing.
All right, back in a minute.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best known and best loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in years? That's why it's so easy to contact a local auto owners agent, make insurance buying easy. That's simple human sense. Give me, Terry Richburg, a call at 803-775-1168 and ask if auto owners make sense for you.
When car trouble strikes, remember Tim's Auto Pro is here to make your life easier. They offer complete preventative maintenance and full automotive repair on most makes and models, including imports, at rates that won't break the bank. Is your AC on the fritz? They can service it. Need a front-end alignment? They got you covered. Tire pressures monitoring system acting up? Go see them. When life gets busy and car trouble strikes, remember Tim's Auto Pro, the only place to go. 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dalzell. Online at timsautopro.com.
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Azaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, "We drink all we can and sell the rest." Looking for a career where balance meets purpose? Join Genesis Healthcare as a staff pharmacist and be the driving force behind smooth, patient-centered care. They offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a mission that puts community health first. At Genesis, you'll work in a collaborative environment, advising patients, partnering with providers, and ensuring every prescription supports better outcomes. If you're a licensed pharmacist ready to make a real difference, apply today at genesisfqhc.org. That's genesisfqhc.org. Also, check out all of the open employment opportunities today. Genesis Healthcare, where care and purpose come together.
WOLH Florence and WDXY Sumter. It's game day in the Carolinas.
It's game day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. 843-407-5812. We're about to talk our favorite subject. Food.
All right. These are different Masters dinners through the years. I'll give you just the main course.
Okay.
And then we get to decide or to, I guess, have a discussion about what we think is the best one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll reveal who the different people were.
Okay.
All right. Main course on this one. Prime steak and chicken fajitas. Grilled vegetables, refried beans, Mexican rice, pico de gallo, sour cream, guacamole, and flour tortillas.
Oh, boy. We're starting off strong.
Yeah. All right. Main course. Filet mignon and miso marinated sea bass.
Ooh, miso marinated sea bass. Not bad.
All right. Main course on this one was an A5 Wagyu beef ribeye with mixed mushrooms and vegetables and Sancho daikon ponzu. This one was your choice, and I'm going to do my best to pronounce these. Chuleton a la parrilla, which is a Basque ribeye, tudela lettuce and piquillo peppers, or a rodaballo al pilpil, which is turbot, it's a type of fish.
It's a fish.
And Navarro white asparagus.
That's not bad. I mean, it doesn't sound bad.
I don't know how I like my turbot. I've never had a turbot, a turbo, whatever it's called.
Yeah, no, never had one either. So
main course here: wood-fired cowboy ribeye or blackened redfish with family-style macaroni and cheese, jalapeno cream corn, soy glazed Brussels sprouts, chipotle lime roasted sweet potatoes.
Damn, this is gonna be hard.
Main course: Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon. Traditional Irish champ sautéed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter, and crispy Vidalia onion rings.
I know what the last one is because that's this year's,
and that's your choice.
Oh my gosh, that's difficult. I'd have to go with the chicken fajitas.
Okay, I'm going with the wood-fired cowboy ribeye.
Yeah, the cowboy.
That's just I like that's bone in. You grab that thing and eat it caveman style.
Yep. I can definitely tell that, well, like we said, the last one's Rory, obviously.
Well, the last one was
Irish champ would have given it away to begin with.
That was definitely Rory. The cowboy wood-fired ribeye was in honor of Mr. Scotty Scheffler.
Scheffler, yeah, that sounds right.
The Chuleton a parrilla was Mr. John Rahm.
John Rahm, yeah.
Or as we say at my house, John Rahm.
John Rahm. John Rahm. Like, yeah.
The Mizusaki Wagyu, of course, was Mr. Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah.
The main course, the filet with miso marinade, Dustin Johnson.
DJ, yeah.
And then, of course, the last one, which was
favorite.
Your the ones you wanted, the chicken fajitas, that was one Mr. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
That was very good.
I mean, it made me hungry. I mean, now I want to go eat a steak, and I don't really need to this time of day.
My whole thing is, when it comes to that, it's like you're not getting the chicken fajitas from Chili's.
No. I mean, you're right.
Come on.
Not that there's anything wrong with the chicken fajitas at Chili's,
believe
but
me,
it's not the same.
Ain't nothing wrong with the chicken fajitas at Chili's. You won't. Let's put it this way. Unlike the chicken fajitas at Chili's, you won't get a show in the parking lot at the Champions Dinner.
I just, I'd love to have had, I would like to go in the clubhouse, period, just to walk around, just take a look. But imagine just being able to be seated and have dinner. With those guys and listen to the stories.
Oh yeah, because it's all champions, by the way. It's not the entire field.
No,
it's all champions. And I would say this: for those of you who don't know, the champion does have to pay for the dinner. That's a check I'm willing to stroke.
Well, you can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can afford it just from the winnings you had from the Masters last year. But I'm just saying that's a check that I am more than happy to stroke. I mean, just. Because you're right, just being in that room.
And that started, by the way, by Ben Hogan.
Yep.
In 1952, he proposed the idea to gather past champions for a private dinner. And the winner of the Masters also had to select the menu and pick up the tab.
Yep. And again, every single one of them was very happy to stroke that check.
Believe it. I mean, that's mean success right there.
Absolutely. But I love some of the perks that the champion gets.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a 365-day guest pass to Augusta National.
Like you're just going to have time to show up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on tour.
Yeah. But you get, I mean, like, the thing is that because somebody had put it all out there and they were doing interviews about it. And one of them said, yeah, and believe me, it's one of the loneliest rounds ever because if you want to bring a friend, you have to track down a member of Augusta National. And he said, you do realize that means tracking down an ex-president, a captain of industry.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not as easy as it sounds.
The other ones that I like, obviously, I think the one perk all of us would love to have is the exclusive access to the champions locker room.
Well, the Masters trophy is pretty wicked looking too. It's trophies.
By the way, you get and
you get a replica.
You get a replica of the trophy,
and they give you a gold medal also.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You of course get the big winner's check, the green jacket, which has to stay on site. But I think they were saying that you can take that and travel it, but it has to remain.
It's like the Stanley Cup. You get a year with it.
Yeah, but the green jacket.
Yeah,
they said that Rory's from last year had been to more countries than any of them previously.
Yeah, you get to wear it. You get to wear it freely for a year, and then it cannot leave the premises without Augusta National's permission.
New members receive a golden locket. It's an inscribed golden locket in the form of the Augusta National Club emblem as a certificate of their membership in the Masters Club.
Oh,
so. Ben Crenshaw hosts that dinner whenever they give that out. Of course, you get exemptions that go with that. The honorary membership to Augusta National, your spot in the champions locker room where you could share a locker with, I don't know, Gary Player.
Yeah, I mean, just
Gary's my homie.
Yeah,
we just hang out together.
Just casually mention that. Oh yeah, by the way, my locker mate's Gary Player, or Jack Nicklaus. I mean, like, come on, man, like really, you're just gonna.
Well, they said you also get a special round.
Yes.
You can play a round at the course the Sunday before the tournament.
Yes.
Last year, in 2024, Scheffler played 18 holes with his mom.
Yep.
Last year, McIlroy played with his father, Jerry.
Yeah, I think you get one guest.
Yep.
With that round. Now, you go any other time during the rest of your honorary membership, you actually have to track down a member of Augusta National to get clearance.
You also get 100 official world golf ranking points and 750 FedEx points,
which is the maximum.
Yeah.
All four majors, you get the maximum number of points.
So say that winning the Masters can be life-changing is an understatement.
Just a little, just slightly.
Yeah.
And the best perk, though, I think out of all that, if I was a player, the best perk would be, I think it is you get your own cabin. I think it's what it is. But you get your own entrance.
Yes.
You get a champion's entrance, and not only that, you get to drive up to the champion's whatchamadoodle, where you can, warm up.
Your locker room is completely separate from the other players, too.
Your locker room is separate from the players. You can warm up away from the media. Like, the champion's green or whatever it is, the champion's little pitch and putt and driving range, no media is allowed.
Yeah. The honorary membership is kind of like how this works is it says it doesn't mean you're an official member.
Right.
But basically, you can play Augusta National anytime you like for the rest of your life.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. And you can.
By yourself.
As long as you're playing with a member, like you said, you can bring a guest or two.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's nuts, man. Like what you get, the perks you get for winning the Masters. And you pretty much at that point could get a sponsor's exemption when you're, what is it, I think you get a 5-year exemption.
A lifetime of Masters starts, winner gets a 5-year exemption into the PGA Championship, U.S. Open, and Open Championships. So 5 years, you can play in any one of those three on top of the Masters.
Well, I mean, and let's just be honest, the year you win the Masters, just by the points alone, you would have already qualified for those tournaments to begin with.
You get a PGA membership for 5 years, as well as a coveted spot in the next 5 Players' Championships.
But you do not anymore, I think, get a exemption for life for being a past champion.
That's right.
You don't get the past. I think they've cut the past champion exemption down to like 10 years or something like that. They're also going to put an age limit on it, too.
Oh, by the way, that pendant that's engraved, the golden locket thing, is supposed to actually go to the wife of the player.
Oh, cool.
And it's pretty cool because it's got, it's inscribed and it's got like a picture inside of it, but it's a beautiful gold looking locket. I didn't even realize that was one I was not aware.
Yeah.
But, a lot going on with that. I mean, it's beautiful. The course looks great. The weather's been absolutely fantastic out there. Oh man, what else can you say about it? It's the Masters.
Yeah, it is. It's the few times we pay full attention to golf. You know, I feel that way about golf and tennis. We only really pay full attention to it during the majors.
Oh no, I like to watch a good bit of it. I try to watch just for a lot of reasons. I enjoy the game, but
of course you also
just to see where the players are.
You also know what this means, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll be in Charleston next week.
Hilton, yeah.
Yeah, be down in Hilton Head. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Hilton Head. Can't sully the name of Hilton Head by saying it's in Charleston.
Some people take that serious.
Yeah, they'll be down for the
Heritage.
Thank you, the RBC Heritage. So yeah, next week it is all about putting your tartan on.
I need to go look and get some passes for that. I've been once.
Yeah.
I went the year that after the Masters where the Shark Norman threw that huge lead and lost it. And you couldn't get within, like I said, 2 miles of the guy at Hilton Head because there were so many people thronged around him. So,
yeah.
But I enjoyed walking that course. It's a beautiful course. And what people don't really appreciate or fully understand is, with that course down there, it's gorgeous. No doubt about it. But it's not Augusta. And you have people that live on that course. So I'm standing there watching Pete Jacobson getting ready to try to tee off. And every time he goes to address the ball, somebody's dog
is barking.
Is on the back terrace. They let and it's there yeah the whole time. And he steps back away from the ball and looks back there at Fluff, and Fluff's like, throws his hands up. The dog shuts up, and as soon as he steps back over the ball again, yeah. And he finally says, what is that, a squirrel? And Fluff goes, I think it's a rabid squirrel. So those guys are cutting up the whole time. I mean, they're like a joke a minute.
Because you know what that is? And if I was on the tour, this is how I would treat it. It's like when we were in college. It's the night after the big exam, like the final.
Yeah.
I mean, where were you? You were in the bar.
Yeah, everybody's letting their hair down.
Yeah. And that's exactly how I think the Heritage is. And that's how I think the Heritage should actually, advertise itself.
Yeah.
It's the party after the Masters.
Yeah, it could be. And it really is one that, anybody can get access to. It's not as hard to obtain. And listen, the Masters is really cracking down on that. They're really checking badges now. They started doing that last year to find out people, buying them from group sources and things like that through these different brokers that sell them for stupid money.
You told me that StubHub and
they're not listing them.
Yeah, they're not listing them anymore
because of the risk.
Yeah,
they just won't do it. Because even if you bought it legitimately through StubHub, based on the rules that the Augusta National has, you cannot. They are the only ones that are supposed to be allowed to sell or resell any of those badges. And so a private individual can't do it. They can't do it. So StubHub doesn't want it because I guess they're fear of problems with the patron, because eventually the Masters, with the way those things are tracked, they can trace it back to the original owner. And if they find that you've been giving your tickets to a broker and taking a big payoff for it, they'll just take those passes from you.
Yeah, you'll never be allowed to even enter the lottery.
But there's another outfit that the new president's kind of been working with. It's Flag and something.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a place over there across the street from the Augusta National. They're offering like Masters experience packages. And you can go spend a week down there and have the full Masters experience and everything. Those bad boys start at $17,000 a badge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's taking the common man right out of that.
Well, they don't want the common folk.
Well, they do and they don't. And that's what the other day badges and day passes and stuff like that are for. But, all these years that I put in for the lottery to try to get badges myself, they don't specify the amount that they give in that lottery. So you really don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be 3 million people trying to get get one of 50 badges.
Right.
Because they don't specify the amount that are up for the lottery.
Well, I guess that's kind of what I mean. It's like, well, yeah, the riffraff can come, but they can only come for a couple of hours.
Well, it just shows you, the years ago when they were balking at the female membership and all this, that, and the other, they just hootie your nose when Hootie was running it, turned their nose up at it and said, leave us alone. We're the Masters. Well, when you've got that kind of stroke and that kind of money, you can do a lot of things you don't have to worry about.
No.
just the fact that they're not titled, like we just talked about the Heritage, RBC Banking is sponsoring that.
Right.
And that's a big source of the Heritage's income.
It is.
That starts for the Masters. It roughly starts, the starting floor for that, to be able to buy that sponsorship would be about $250 million. And the Masters wants no part of that. It wants to be known as the Masters, not the Masters brought to you by Sonic Drive-In.
Well, that's the whole thing. And speaking of that, a lot of people, The Athletic even wrote an article this week. Well, how do they keep their pimento cheese sandwiches and the egg salad sandwiches at $1.50? And then you look at it, and I think they said if you combine the merchandise sales and the TV contracts, just those two alone, they make $1 million an hour during Masters Week.
And I'd say it's probably gone up.
Yeah.
Because the number of people that I've seen there the last couple of years, throngs of people now than what it was 20 years ago when I went.
Yeah.
And it's you felt special back then because there were a lot of people, but not so many you felt overwhelmed.
Right.
And they're getting overwhelming numbers now. And I don't know how all those people are getting in, but they're apparently letting them in.
Probably why they're cracking down.
Well, you can't make with so many badges. They print them, but I mean, they're letting those day passes come in, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe some people crack the code on how to scan those things.
I don't know. I know there's so many different things you can't do with a badge if you have one, which is like take a picture and show it. Like you take a picture with it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Post it. Hey, I got my Masters badge.
No, you have to have you
do that, you're in trouble.
Even take a picture with your cell phone. This is no joke. Take a picture with your cell phone. You have to have a media credential.
I don't even know if you can do it then because
you can't live stream.
The counterfeiting is so bad that they don't even really want that image out there.
Well, no, I mean, like you can't, even with a media pass, you can't even live stream. Like let's say we go to the Masters and we wanted to do a Masters update, not showing any of the action, right? We're just doing like a 30-second Masters. We can't do it.
Wow.
We couldn't do it. That is against the rules.
Well, it's turning out to be a good tournament. I don't want it to be one of those tournaments where somebody just completely runs away with it, but it seems like that's kind of the direction it's going.
Yes.
I would prefer to see, those last second shootouts. It comes down to the final hole. And maybe even play a extra hole or two just to determine. Those are always fun.
And I will say the two polls that I absolutely cannot stand even at majors is I don't want my champion being 25 under par.
Yeah.
And I don't want my champion being 5 strokes over par either.
Yeah.
Give me good, difficult golf. They win it with like a 3 under, 4 under by the skin of their teeth. That's a good tournament to me.
He set the record yesterday with that 6 under, so lead.
What was it when Tiger won it by 21? You're just sitting there going,
this wasn't even worth watching.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for Tiger on that. And listen, I just threw this out as a side, too. I don't care what people think about him as a person, as a golfer or whatever, but he was good for golf, and I hope he gets his life straight. I hope he gets some help.
I want him to get help because at least, for the very least, he needs to be there for his son.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Whether his son ever plays another round of golf or not, that he needs to be there for his kid.
Because Charlie's supposed
he needs to be a good dad.
Charlie's supposed to be committed. I think now he's committed to Florida State.
Really?
To play golf. Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, Tiger's got to get his life in order. I mean, if for nothing else, his son.
Yeah. So, well, either way, but yeah, anything else to do with the Masters, man, it's going to be something else.
It's going to be fun, man.
A place like no other for sure.
Yeah. We still got a little bit to talk about. Obviously, what we started the show with, Clemson, South Carolina, win last night. Gamecocks win the series against Missouri. Hey.
They're not in last place anymore.
I was about to say beggars can't be choosers right now either.
Yeah.
I mean, Missouri was the next up. At least you won the series. Clemson, of course, from what I heard, had a dinger derby last night with North Carolina.
They took it, though.
Yeah.
Now, that was just their first game, right? They didn't play early.
They're doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And don't worry, Gamecock fans, you're going back to Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week.
I still don't understand why they did that.
I got it.
Spring break?
It must be. Somebody must be on spring break. Or ESPN. But what is it now? 4 weeks in a row, I think? The Gamecocks have played Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Weird schedule, yeah.
Like last week you got it because Sunday was Easter. And not a lot of teams like to play on East. I get that.
I don't blame them.
All right, back in a moment.
When it comes to commercial real estate in the PD, local experience matters. PLC Commercial is a locally owned firm specializing in brokerage, leasing, property management, and development. They help business owners find the right space and investors make confident decisions. Whether you're expanding, relocating, or investing, trust the team that knows the PD. Visit plccommercial.com or call 843-702-9685. PLC Commercial. This isn't just our market, it's home.
At FTC, we get you and your connection needs. From streaming and gaming to working from home, FTC Internet keeps your family connected. With plans starting at just $39.95 per month for the first 6 months, you'll enjoy free installation, a Wi-Fi 6 smart router, and access to the FTC Internet app. Call 888-218-5050 or visit ftcinet.com to get connected. Fiber internet service may not be available in all areas. Certain restrictions apply. Offer for new internet customers only.
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Azaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. When you take the family on a vacation getaway, the last thing you need is a problem with your car. Bring it into Tim's Auto Pro before you go. Their certified technicians can repair your air conditioner, heater, and brakes for a cool and safe trip. Tim's Auto Pro will also replace those worn-out tires and do that front-end work you've been putting off. Bring your car, truck, or van into Tim's Auto Pro. From preventative maintenance to full auto repair, the only place you need to know is Tim's Auto Pro, 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dalzell. Online at timsautopro.com.
Hey, this is Mary Gail Zach with Mr. Sparky. When you call an electrician, you're trusting someone in your home. That's why our electricians are background checked, drug tested, licensed, and insured. Our techs wear shoe covers, respect your space, and make sure everything's done safely. If you're looking for an electrician you can trust, we're here. Call us, Mr. Sparky, or book online. We'll be right over.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, we drink all we can and sell the rest.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best-known and best-loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime.
Clemson, Carolina, Coastal. We've got you covered on Game Day in the Carolinas.
It's Game Day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. And speaking of the Masters, by the way, after we get done with this segment, we're going to have a Masters update.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
We're gonna play one, or
we're gonna have one. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna play one for you.
Maybe we should have waited.
Let you know. Well, no, we shouldn't have waited because, dadgummit, we weren't talking what's going on in the course right now. Talking everything else. But Gamecocks winner last night. Tigers winner last night in baseball. I don't think either one of us thinks that Turner has been cornered.
Yeah, it definitely.
Turner has been cornered.
The corner has not been turned for South Carolina, and I just shows you the state of the talent. And it's not that the players they have are bad; they just don't have the right pieces together. They're missing something. So,
but getting back to our discussion in the first hour, I was sitting there thinking about it. It feels like you went on a wild change.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Mark Kingston, that was analytics. Launch, again, like we said, exit velo, launch angle, that sort of thing. I was told there wouldn't be math, but there's math. And then you had Paul Maneri and that report that came out in the offseason.
Not even using statistics.
Yeah, that he wouldn't even use Statman, for crying out loud. And it just seems like it's a wild swing from one way to the other. And I could see where the players, like, if you played under both Kingston and Maneri, I could see where you got confused.
Well, I just remember him coming on and making comments about talent, about how these teams were. He was surprised at the speed, how much faster they were. And I'm like, you weren't gone for 20 years. It was only like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
How could you not think the game was not speeding up when you left? And that was my first sign. That was the first flag. When he got on and started talking about how fast the game was now, I'm like, have you been gone that long? I mean, did you not even take in a ball game while you were out?
Must not have.
I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. I mean, I think if I retired from something like that, it would be really hard for me just to stay away completely. I'd want to be at a ball game.
Well, I mean, even, I get it. Your replacement has already won more titles than you have, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But being that beloved at LSU, because he's beloved at LSU. He's the one that got the program back on track. To me, you're right. I would have been, maybe not at every home game.
No, but I'd attended
at a few. Yeah.
Out of 3 years or so.
And
you got plenty of time.
And you probably would have had their coach call you up to pick your brain because you're an available resource.
And you still know some of the players that are on that squad.
That makes me wonder if he wasn't backdoor saying, I did a horrible job at recruiting. Maybe that's what he was trying to say.
Yeah, he's trying to prep you in another way for it.
Yeah. It's like I said, I looked that up earlier. Matter of fact, you even watched me look it up, Woody. That it was the year before Bobby Richardson, the coach before Bobby Richardson at South Carolina was the last coach to not make the postseason. I guess we should say, because it was different back then. But to not make the postseason his entire career, you have to go back to before Bobby Richardson at South Carolina. Now, granted, you had Bobby Richardson, you had June Jones, you had Ray Tanner in that time, but even Chad made a super regional. Kingston made a super regional too.
Yeah.
I think you have to go back a very long time.
You only had a super regional with him his first season, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I need to double check this real quick. But make sure I'm right on this. But I believe even going back to Bobby Richardson, you made a super regional. So, yeah, you had NCAA appearance. Or not June Jones, June Raines, sorry. Yeah. I'm just looking at this right now. Under Bobby, you had an NCAA appearance, Atlantic Regional Champions. You went to the College World Series under Richardson. You actually went to the College World Series 4 times under Bobby Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
You go to June Raines. June Raines had a NCAA, not just NCAA appearance. You made it to the College World Series under June Raines.
Yeah.
Obviously, you made it under Ray Tanner because you won the whole damn thing twice.
Well, they were runners up in 77 under Raines.
Yep.
And made the World Series twice, 2 NCAA regionals, in 80 through 83.
I was about to say, actually, under June Raines, you made the College World Series 5 times.
I know.
I'm just looking at this, and yeah, it's Jack Powers, who was only given 3 years at South Carolina, didn't make, and he didn't have bad teams, like, just not that many teams made the NCAA tournament. But and now you got Paul Maneri, who will go down as the only, I guess you would say, the only Gamecock coach in modern history to fail to make the postseason in his tenure at South Carolina.
You start looking at the program and just to see where it's going now. I mean,
yeah,
you had June Raines come in. I hadn't even pulled up the record under, and I know it was pretty good under Bobby because he just kind of picked it up and kept going. But know, there was plenty of people that weren't happy with June Raines back in the day because he didn't win the big one.
Well, I was about to say, you didn't really have postseason appearances under Bobby Richardson until the end of his tenure because he had to clean up, obviously, the program. But, you look at everything that you have here. And, I mean, we call Mark Kingston mediocre because he kind of was, but, I mean, even still, they went to a super regional. They went to 2 super regionals under Kingston.
You look at Raines' record, though, from 94 to 96.
Yeah.
And they were terrible. Well, I shouldn't say terrible. He had a losing record overall in 96. Conference play, though, he stunk it up. In those last 3 years, he didn't have a winning record at all. And this is a guy that's probably getting a little long in the tooth. By that time, they were in the SEC or playing in that conference. Things like that happen.
Yeah.
When somebody gets to the end of their career, very rarely do you see the guy be able to go out on top. But, I don't, just really kind of disappointed to hear, or just to see where the program has gone. It just stinks to see something like this that goes the way it did.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable.
Now, before anybody, makes a smart comment about calling in and go, super regional play only started in 99. Yeah, we got that. But I mean, I'm just looking at postseason, and I'm sure that, what was it, the 1960s, it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
When it comes to the postseason play. But I guess the only reason why you would bring up Jack Powers right there is because, like I said, that's the last one that we don't have any postseason record for.
Well, I know it seems like it's the South Carolina show today, or has been in the past, but I guess we're sitting on the brink of potentially history. I think because I don't know if any Division I major program in a major conference has ever had the opportunity to fire a baseball, basketball, and football coach all in the same year.
And we came up with it. Right? It was 30 something, almost $40 million to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to set fire to $40 million this year before you hire another coach, yeah.
All that dead money.
And I think in the end, that's why you can't count money out to get the job, is because that might be the most financially prudent decision.
Richardson, by the way, coached for 6 seasons.
Yep.
His overall record was 220 wins to 92 losses and 2 ties.
And still got you into the NCAA tournament.
Team reached the College World Series but lost to Texas in the championship game.
Yep. Still got you to Omaha.
Mm-hmm. So all these guys and the last 3 coaches before our last, we've had 3 coaches in a row that got you to regionals, super regionals, and nationals, and a couple of titles back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And the last 3, technically, or last 2, have done nothing.
Yeah. The last 2 got you into what?
Well, it's last 3.
4.
Last 3.
The last
really
3 got
nothing.
you into 4 super regionals.
Compared to these guys, they've done nothing.
Yeah. That just goes to show you how much of a beast college baseball is. But, I mean.
But at the same time, what an important program it is to that school. I mean, that's part of their heritage. I mean, South Carolina's always had a strong baseball team.
Right.
And because of the state. And, it says a lot.
What do you think? And obviously, I don't think Eric Bakich is in any trouble up at Clemson.
Me neither. And he shouldn't be. He's a good coach.
Because, let's just be honest. Clemson and South Carolina both are not exactly setting the world on fire. I think the last field of 64 projection I saw has Clemson as the next 4 out.
The thing is, though, with their record and a couple balls bounce their way, they can easily be back in. They're not that far out. I think,
No.
You have to fight to get them out at this point. They've got a chance.
It's easy. It's easier to play your way in baseball than it is in basketball.
Yes. And I don't see South Carolina would have to go on a tear, and with the talent they're getting ready
You'd have to win the conference.
And I just don't see that happening.
I think at this point, you and Missouri, South Carolina and Missouri, are 2 teams now that legitimately would have to win the conference tournament to make the NCAA tournament.
I don't see that happening.
That's probably a 3 seed. And that's definitely a seed you don't want.
Yeah.
I think Clemson, but that's the whole thing. You're right. Because if the ball bounces a different way, and it still can, Clemson can still play their way into maybe a top 16 seed.
I like their odds to get in there better than their odds to be out. Let's put it that way.
And
a win today against North Carolina, who's ranked number 2, by the way.
Oh, if they win that series against North Carolina, they're well on their way back.
That carries a lot of weight.
Yeah. Clemson ain't that far out of it.
No, and they're not a bad team.
No. Going in the standings going into today, ACC standings, Georgia Tech obviously on a tear this season, 14-3. North Carolina 11-5. Florida State 9-5. Boston College and Virginia are 9-7. Miami 7-6. NC State also 7-6. Wake Forest 8-8. Pitt 6-7. Duke 7-9. Virginia Tech 7-9. Clemson is 5-8. That's with Stanford and Louisville. Notre Dame is 6-10, and Cal is 2-11. SEC Georgia 10-3. Texas 9-4, and you got to win over Texas. Alabama 8-5. Florida 8-5. A&M 8-5. Auburn 7-6. Mississippi State 7-6. Vanderbilt 7-7. Kentucky 6-7. LSU 6-7, Arkansas 6-7, Ole Miss 6-7, Oklahoma 6-8, Tennessee 5-8, South Carolina 4-10, and Missouri is 3-11.
You hear all those teams packed up in there like that, in the bottom half of that, you can't fight your way out of that.
It's going to be very difficult.
That's just crazy, and they've done it to themselves.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you haven't won the games you should win during the midweek.
Yeah.
Those what would you call them, trap games during the week? You're not winning any of those?
And by the way, the committee looks much more down upon you if you struggle midweek.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wondering, ACC scoreboard from last night, Georgia Tech defeats Florida State 8-3. Virginia over Notre Dame 8-4. Virginia Tech over number 23, Boston. Boston College is ranked. They won't be going into next week because I think Virginia Tech's going to win that series. 9-8. NC State defeats Duke 10-4. Cal put a whooping. The worst team in the ACC whooped up on Pitt 12-1. Stanford blasting Louisville 12-2. Miami over Wake Forest 3-1. And Clemson defeats North Carolina 9-5. SEC last night, A&M defeats Texas in the Jim Schlossnagle Classic.
Yes.
9-8. Tennessee over Mississippi State, 6-5. Big win for Tennessee there. Florida brought the whooping sticks to Georgia, 8-2. 22. Arkansas defeats number 7 Alabama, 7-5. Auburn over Kentucky, 12-5. It was Oklahoma over Vanderbilt in a slugfest, 13-11. Diego Pavia with 2 interceptions in that game. Ole Miss scored 3 runs in the 8th to give them a win over LSU, 6-3. South Carolina last night, a winner, 1-0 over Missouri. That's the way the SEC and the ACC look. Radford got a big win last night over High Point, 7-6.
Coastal took Arkansas State 10-3.
Yep. Coastal defeats Arkansas State 10-3, so they're still high up in the Sun Belt as well.
College of Charleston beat North Carolina A&T 6-5. Of course, Francis Marion beat Ferrum 9-3.
And, of course, Winthrop, big winner last night as well.
I'm trying to find.
I was trying to find the Big South baseball standings. There we go. Winthrop, by the way, stays on top of the Big South with a big win last night. So, yeah, 3 games up, or actually a game and a half up on High Point.
Did the Stingers not play last night? Our guys at
Tech
Arlington?
did not, I don't think. No, Tech plays today, actually. Francis Marion defeats Ferrum, by the way, 9-3. I don't see. So, yeah. Schedule for today. Florence Darlington Tech takes on Salkehatchie at 1 o'clock. I thought they played Salkehatchie yesterday. I honestly thought they played Salkehatchie. I guess they didn't. Because I don't see it. So, yeah, we got Salkehatchie and Tech at 1 o'clock today. That's in Salkehatchie. Give me a minute here. I know this is Lancaster is at Sumter today. That's at 1 o'clock. South Carolina's at Missouri at 3 o'clock. I don't see the Clemson game on here. Did I miss something somewhere? Where's that North Carolina Clemson game at? Oh, there it is. North Carolina Clemson's at 2 o'clock. And then South Carolina.
That should be a good series.
Oh, yeah. South Carolina, Missouri finishes up at 3 o'clock today. Coastal is at Arkansas State at 7.
They need, South Carolina needs another win today just to get trying on the positive side of the. They're still below 500.
So. And here's the thing, right? Like, Missouri is a slump buster. Or they can be a slump buster. Yeah, they're the worst team in the SEC, and you kind of, I know everybody wants to poo-poo on the win because it's the worst team in the SEC. I got it. But how many times have we seen it? You go pick up one or two easy wins, and all of a sudden the momentum starts flowing.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what they need right now.
They need something to try to figure it out. I mean, get some pieces put together. I don't know.
I would agree with you on that. Ant Phillips, by the way, for South Carolina last night, your player of the night. 8+ innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs, a walk, and 10 strikeouts.
And your ace at Clemson finally got some support last night, too.
Yeah, it was nice to actually see that Canuck can finally get some support.
They put 9 runs up for him. You can't ask more than that.
Yeah. Aiden Canuck finally gets on the winning side of a baseball game.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I bet he was sick and tired of that.
Yeah, I would have been. I mean, the kid, he's a good pitcher.
He's a great pitcher.
No excuse.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see what else we had going on in baseball last night. Not very much. Obviously, looking at a couple of other things. FanFest is tonight for the Gamecock football team, so obviously everybody will be on that.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, no, it's next week. It's always the week after the Masters.
They've had it a few years during, though, too.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about that.
And don't be too worried about that.
Mm-mm. I hope they win.
There's no spring game this year, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
But then again, more people were interested in the flag football game over at Coastal Carolina than they were the actual spring game.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with the South Carolina spring game is who is going to slip out of and catch a pass in the end zone.
Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that this year.
Nope. They don't have to worry about that at all.
Unless they're going to do it in the parking lot of the CLA. You never know. You never know. Maybe you know what they should do? Do the Great Gamecock Cornhole Tournament.
No. Let's just stick to food drives and blood drives. And, all that.
Well, did you see that the Gamecocks won basically won the Palmetto Bowl in hockey this year? They played it a couple weeks ago because that was one of the games that got canceled because when we had 6 inches of snow, we had to shut the whole state down, apparently.
Now, which one?
South Carolina.
The hockey?
Hockey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gamecocks won that.
Oh, yeah. They got that officially, that Palmetto Cup again, just locked down. So.
And speaking of that sport, I should say, hockey. Ice Cats finished the season tonight, regular season tonight. They've got Athens in the first round, so it's an opponent we know very well.
Yes, Lord.
And they're not very liked at the Florence Center.
No, I don't think they're very liked down in Athens either. So, there's that.
Yeah, I was about to say the feeling is kind of mutual between the Ice Cats and the Rock Lobsters.
So if I remember the schedule properly, that means that they'll host the Rock Lobsters. We'll have a game in Florence on Saturday. I think they'll be in Athens Friday.
Yeah, game one's in Athens. Game 2 is in Florence. Is it 2 and 3 in Florence, and then 4 and 5 are in Athens?
No, I thought it was just a 3-game series.
Just a 3-game series? Yeah, so game 3 would be in Athens.
If needed.
Yeah. Which, hey.
Better be needed. No, better not be needed. I'm the Ice Cats in 2.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, you want to win it in front of the home crowd, baby.
Thanks, Skippy.
You want to win it in front of the home crowd, especially on a whiteout. I did see that announced, that officially game 2 is going to be a whiteout.
Yeah.
So that means wear your white next week to the Florence Center.
I don't like participating in that kind of stuff. I really don't. I might just soon stay home
and
have to wear the white shirt.
And hope that Monster Jam hasn't messed up the ice in any way, because I know they've had some issues with the ice.
The heat down here, obviously, and humidity, it all causes issues. And listen, that's on the Florence Center. That's not on the team.
No, yeah, it's definitely on the center. And yeah, they got Monster Jam going on this weekend at the Civics at the Florence Center. If you like them big trucks that crushes the cars, you old grave digger.
Yeah, there's that. Again, another thing I have no business going to witness. How people don't die in that place of carbon monoxide inhalation, I don't know.
I think they have the garage open, but I mean, that's still...
It doesn't matter.
That's a lot of...
I took my boys to one of them things 20 years ago when they were little, and they had the motocross going and all this other mess. Man, we had headaches for like 2 days after that thing.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit. But you know what? It's that time of the week.
Yes, it is.
And we will get to that time of the week right after this. Here's your Masters update, by the way.
From the Augusta National, Westwood One Sports presents this special on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Rory McIlroy made his move the day before moving day. A 7-under 65 with 6 birdies in the final 7 holes on Friday has given last year's champion the biggest 36-hole lead in Masters history.
I knew I had some chances coming in when I was standing on the 12th tee, but I didn't think I'd birdie 6 of the last 7. But it just shows, what you can do around here, even if you might hit it in the trees on 13, on 15, and on 17. And 17 was obviously a bonus with the chip in, but my short game the first 2 days has been amazing. I've prepared as well for this Masters as any other that I've played, and all that work around the greens over the last 3 weeks, has certainly paid off over the first 2 days.
McIlroy didn't play in a tournament the last 3 weeks. He says he would routinely drop his daughter Poppy off at school, fly to Augusta for a practice round, and return in time for dinner. At this rate, McIlroy will be hosting another Champions Dinner at Augusta National next year. You're listening to coverage of the 2026 Masters on Westwood One.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next-day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
It'll be the warmest afternoon yet this week at Augusta National. A high of 84 degrees. Right now, 73 degrees, and not much wind at all from the west. Let's check the leaderboard, sponsored by Gusto. Gusto is online payroll and benefit software built for small businesses. Not that the heat will slow down Rory McIlroy. 12 under par. He's doubling up Sam Burns and Patrick Reed, both at 6 under. McIlroy and Burns tee off at 2:50 Eastern. Reed is playing with Justin Rose, who is 5 under. Shane Lowry and Tommy Fleetwood also 5 under. 2023 Masters champion Jon Rahm out early after making the cut on the number at 4 over. He birdied 2 of the first 3 holes before a bogey at 5. Rahm at +3. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Azaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
This is Joe Simpson from the Atlanta Braves Radio Network, and you're on the tailgate with Matt and Woody. This is Game Day in the Carolinas on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
It is that time of the week, sir.
It's time for Idiot of the Week, brought to you by Mr. Rob Weiland at Men with Shirts. If you're a small business, he can get your logo. He can design it for you. He can get it on a hat, cup, a koozie, T-shirt, whatever you need, and he can do it affordably. So give him a call, 843-260-1105. Check out his Facebook page, Men with Shirts, and he's got a website, menwithshirts.com. Again, if you're a small business, he can save you money. You can get these shirts, get them done affordably. And again, he's very embarrassed, but he is a sponsor of our Idiot of the Week segment. Are you going or am I going?
Let me go first because mine is plural this week. Circling around one event. Woody, what was the date 10 days ago? April the 1st?
Yes, April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. Let me run down the myriad of really stupid ideas on April Fool's Day. Number 1, Underdog Fantasy. A lot of people know Underdog Fantasy, big fantasy drafting thing. By the way, I say this to get to the idiot portion of it. Last month, they laid off a whole bunch of staff. So, what did they think was the funny thing to do on April Fool's Day? Tell everybody they're shutting down. Good job, boys. Number 2 goes to the Washington Wizards, who, not really idiotic. It's just a joke that fell flat. They claimed they were going to change their name to the Washington Monuments. It went over like a fart in church.
Oh, gosh.
To the point, they had to issue an apology to the fans. And finally, Julian Edelman decided he was going to come out of retirement on April Fool's Day.
Great.
Once again, it's another one that was a joke that just fell flat.
Yeah, with that opinion of himself, that everybody was waiting on the edge of their seat for that narcissist to come back.
By the way, Patriots fans, some of the quotes were, stay in the podcast booth and stop trying to stay relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, my Idiot of the Week is a group of people who like to take advantage of a situation. And if you're on Reddit or some of these other places, or maybe Facebook, you'll find them in places like Masters Merch, Masters Merch Hall, Masters Hall.
We calling people out.
They'll use AI on some of these, but a lot of these folks will show these just crazy amounts of stuff they've gone into the Masters to purchase. I'd read a report somewhere about a lady going in this past week and purchasing $27,000 worth of merchandise. I think being promptly arrested out in the parking lot because of her intent to resell. And there's a lot of people out there doing that. And I promise you folks, if you see that on there for sale, it's twice the amount or more what you would pay for it in the Masters
Some
store.
of the gnomes were going for $1,100. That was in the Athletic article.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. So my idiots of the week are all these people that go out and just go into the Masters. They finally get a badge somehow, get in there and buy a ton of merchandise just to post it on Facebook to say, look what I got.
Yeah.
You know, you've missed the whole point of the whole thing called the Masters. There's an entire golf course out there. There's a lot of people that have honed their skills to be there that can really compete and give you a fantastic day of entertainment. Plus, there's a bunch of other people out there in this world that desperately want passes and would love to go because they appreciate the game of golf and not to want to rub it in people's faces going, look what I got.
Yeah, well.
Y'all are a bunch of losers.
Yep.
And you deserve whatever you get.
Yep. All right. For Woody, I'm Matt. We'll see you next week.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Rory McIlroy led by 5 shots with 8 holes to go last year and still ended up in a playoff before winning the green jacket. So this Masters is far from over, even if it feels like we can just fast forward to Sunday evening. McIlroy leads by 6. Nobody's had a bigger lead at the Masters, halfway point. Sam Burns and Patrick Reed are tied for second. Burns will be in the final pairing today with Rory.
It's fun, right? I mean, this is what we work so hard for, and it's what we try to prepare for. And so it's at the end of the day, it's fun. You know, whatever happens is going to happen. So just go out there and enjoy it and play my best.
Now, Burns was in contention at the U.S. Open last year at Oakmont. He and McIlroy tee off at 2:50 Eastern. You're listening to coverage of the 2026 Masters on Westwood One.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Here at the 90th Masters, John Rahm, a 2023 Masters champion, made the cut on the number at +4. He had a nice start to his third round, out early, of course. Birdies at 1 and 3, a bogey at 5. He's now through 8 holes, and Rahm is at +3 for the tournament. Brian Harman has the best round on the course right now, 3 under through 8. Harman, the former British Open champion, is now at +1 for the week. Let's check the leaderboard, sponsored by Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. It is Rory McIlroy at the top, last year's champion at 12 under par, 6 clear of Sam Burns and Patrick Reed. Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, and Tommy Fleetwood, all McIlroy's teammates on the European Ryder Cup squad. They're at 5 under and 7 back. At 4 under par, Wyndham Clark, Tyrrell Hatton, Hao Tong Lee, Christopher Wrighton, Jason Day, and Cameron Young. Scotty Scheffler tees off in a half hour. He is even par. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy, but now you're on hold listening to this music.